$60,000 just to have a below ground pool.
Yeah, digging a well is expensive. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Everything's expensive.
I got the stream back up and running.
I was trying to advertise before you went out, but I don't think it went through.
You just shouted into the
Nick, weird question. Do these guys have eyes?
The little ones don't. The big guy has one eye.
Okay.
Do they feel pain?
It's a good question.
Are they
After I've
asking
been
God
punching it.
why they were brought into this terrible existence?
No, they don't. They do not ponder those kinds of things.
Throwing themselves at us, we hear tiny voices say, "End my suffering."
What is my purpose?
We do not wish for existence. Kill me.
Okay. I believe I've got everything back. Is everyone back? Are we good to keep going?
Yeah.
I think
Here,
so.
let's do it.
All right, cool. So the pumpkin is going to use its bonus action because it's still the pumpkin's turn, correct? And it is going to animate another produce. So I'm just going to grab this tomato, and it's going to animate another vegetable on its end step. Scratch.
I got a question. Does the pumpkin do anything to me when I'm in its mouth?
It does not actually. I double checked. There's no acid damage.
It just restrains me.
Yeah, it just engulfs you. I noticed. I double checked.
Right. I got 2 rounds. Good.
You're suffocating. I mean, that's what it is, right? Like that's how it kills you.
When you work with Mr. Luciano, suffocation is not an uncommon occurrence.
Scratch.
How about a 14 to hit?
A 14 is going to miss.
Dope. All right. Well, he's just shot at this pumpkin again and missed for the second time.
Okay, that is Scratch. Valrin, it is your turn.
Valrin is going to take another 2 dagger slices at this pumpkin.
Swing away.
So I know this is retcon, so I apologize, but I was reading it. Can I use Portent for Scratch to give him a 19 instead of what he rolled?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So we'll do it after Valron. Sorry. I had to read the spell. I didn't know if it could only be my stuff or it could be other people's stuff too.
No,
I rolled an 8, so if it's a 19 instead, that'll be a 25.
25 absolutely hits. Roll some damage.
All right, 2d10 plus 4 for a hunting rifle.
So, Amanda, you can use Portent on any d20 roll.
Okay, cool.
Anybody in the party or any enemy for any check.
Anything, anytime, anywhere. Okay, I was just rereading it, and so I was like, I wanted to say something. I didn't want to interrupt. No, I interrupted anyway.
It's going to be 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. And Valrin, it's a 10 plus 5, right?
Yeah. So 15 to hit.
15 misses.
Oh no! So I'm going to try an offhand dagger swing. For 19 to hit.
19 hits.
For 1 piercing and then 5 necrotic damage from the hex.
6 total. All right. Got it. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going to step to right there.
All right.
That'll be my turn.
Roger, it is your turn. I need to... no, you're just restrained, blinded, and suffocating, but it is your turn.
I'm gonna attempt to throw a right and my strong left jab. So I'm gonna roll
with a disadvantage.
All right, first attack, 19 and an 11 for a total of 16 to hit.
16 hits. You have found its AC.
16, guys. Woo. All right, and I'm not going to do flurry of blows. I'm going to do a single bonus action, and I got a 12, 17, so 2 hits.
2 hits. Roll some damage.
All right, 2d8 plus 6. 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and I have 1 round left.
Okay. It is the produce's turn. This tomato is going to start its turn with attacking Fox, and that's going to miss. The cabbage is going to attack Fox. That's going to hit. That's a 22 for 3 points of piercing damage. The pumpkins are going to attack Rebecca.
No.
That's
Why isn't the pumpkin attacking me?
this,
The little
this
ones.
pumpkin. It's the little pumpkin's turn.
Oh, those are little pumpkins. I thought those
Those were
were like
oranges.
something else. Orange, like
I thought they
nectarines
were
or
oranges
something.
at first too.
Rebecca, does 18 hit you? I think it does, right?
Oh wait, hold on. We don't know that. Yes.
We don't know anything.
You take 4 points of piercing damage, and then Blythe, this carrot's gonna attack you. Does a 14 hit Blythe?
Yup.
You take 5 points of piercing damage.
Righty.
Rebecca, it is your turn.
What up? Well, I realized that the great pumpkin has swallowed Robert.
Correct.
And I don't like that. So I'm going to attempt to shoot it with my revolver.
All right, fire away.
I'm going to hit it.
You have disadvantage because you are in melee with the cabbage and the pumpkins.
Okay.
I beat 16.
That's not good.
Your 17
17
is gonna hit. Roll some damage.
11.
11 points of piercing damage. This thing's starting to look rough. Anything else you'd like to do as your revolver fires off?
Yeah, she's going to scream, "You don't eat Mr. Robert!" No, you don't eat Mr. Roberts. That's just not very kind and not very pumpkin-like of you.
Make sure to track your shots with your revolver. You do need to reload after 6 shots.
Okay,
It is
I've only
6
shot
shooter.
2, so I am going to just put 2 shots.
So we're not one of those westerns then.
No, we're not one of those westerns.
You get a 23 round.
If you're
mag
gonna
and a
get all
shooter.
the damage from those firearms, yes, you're gonna buy bullets for them.
Actually, I'm one of those westerns.
Yeah.
I really want to drink that one healing potion I have.
You have a bonus action.
I do. You know, I am.
Go
going
for
to
it,
drink-
Rebecca.
Yeah, I'm going to eat it. I am a puny level 1. How much do I have to roll for the healing potion here?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4.
Nice.
7. Yay! I'm alive. Full HP.
All right, Blythe.
Blythe. What is Blythe gonna do? He already used his magic, which I would like to say, he probably did it accidentally because he panicked.
That's fair.
But because he's already kind of fucked up on it, he's going to cast Entangle. And I want it to be where because it's a 20-foot cube, right? 20-foot square. So I want the edge of it to run along right here, right above Rebecca, so it encases these 3 guys right here.
So
5,
So like
10, like
Yep.
that. Let me go ahead and cast that. And then they need to make a strength save.
Gonna outplant the plants.
They get
Those
an.
aren't notoriously strong.
So the first one got a natural 20. The second one got a 2, and that one got a 6.
Okay, so the last 2, they're restrained.
Okay. Remind me how. Oh, it's the dots. C. Okay, got it. Okay. Can you see each other's health? now?
Rogers in pain, but not his hit points yet.
It depends on if people have filled out their bars correctly.
I have not filled out my bar at all.
I clicked C on everybody. Should...
No, if they haven't filled out their green bar for max HP and current HP, it won't show up.
Oh, no. I have to click it on this one too. Oh, there it is. Okay. I gotta do that. Now can you see his?
Now I can see Rogers.
Can you see that Roger's almost dead?
Now
Nah,
we now
he's fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I've got another character. Don't worry about it.
See, you're fine. The other character is already a druid, wild shaped as that cow.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Damn it, Ryan.
All right, so
Why-
sorry.
why do you know so much about me?
So these two are restrained. Okay. Cannot move.
So mini pumpkin and
Carrot.
was it
Okay.
carrot? Okay.
Cool. Anything else you'd like to do, Blythe?
Nope, that is all he can do.
Fox. See Cleopatra.
can I use my action to disengage and take a step back?
You absolutely can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna come back to here.
All right, Scratch. You see Fox is finally out of the thick of it. But you do see there's still these two legs that seem to be dangling out of the mouth of this pumpkin that seem to be slowing down in their kicking. Anything else you'd like to do, Fox?
Yes. A bonus action as she walks away, she's going to say, nice shot, Scratch, just in the nick of time, and she's going to give him Bodic Inspiration.
Scratch, you feel
Inspiration.
inspired.
What is your inspiration die right now? A D4?
A D6. I just had to find the button.
D6.
Oh wait, purple's concentration. We use pink for inspiration, right, Ryan? That's your system.
I use yellow for inspiration.
God damn it, Ryan!
But whatever works. Whatever makes you remember it.
You're the DM.
Keeping it consistent is what helps people remember it.
To be honest, I
I'm
didn't know
glad
he
no one
color coded
remembers
them.
Rogers
Oh, you
in a
did?
fucking
Yeah,
pumpkin
Ryan
with
does
1
purple.
HP.
Purple is concentration
Purple
for
is
Ryan.
concentration, yeah.
Okay, it is the pumpkin's turn. It is running out of targets. So it's
Oh,
going...
I also need the...
Roger is right here, been dealing the shit to him this whole time.
Roger's almost dead. Stop trying to kill your character, Lucas.
It's
No,
gonna-
I'm just saying, realistically, Roger is the biggest threat to this pumpkin because I've done almost 80 damage to this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Realistically,
and
legs
it's
are
also
making
trying to eat you, so you're gonna die eventually. Valorant, that is a 26 to hit you.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit.
I was really hoping he tried to hit me because I have
I know,
a
right?
thing because of my bug thing.
That's not what I meant to do.
That's a lot of damage.
I meant to do that. Life also has concentration.
That's
on
16
Entangle.
bludgeoning damage to you, Valorant, on the first attack.
I'm definitely gonna hellish rebuke this time. As I
Okay.
take 16 bludgeoning damage.
Same result. Let me roll the dex this time.
Same number.
Dex save. It got a 10, so that fails. So that's. Did I add back the damage from last time?
You should have.
I don't think I did, so I'm just gonna leave it where it is. Yeah,
Alright.
I know I didn't, but we.
I'll get-
Okay.
9 fire damage this time around.
Okay.
I maintain concentration on Hex. The first attack.
The second attack against you, Valorant, is 21. That's gonna hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
That is 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
We're fine.
And on the pumpkins and bonus action, it's going to animate another piece of corn.
No.
Yeah, every time you watch as it kind of one of these vines reaches out for another like piece of produce to animate it. And Scratch, it is your go.
All right. Scratch is going to go and stand in front of Fox and say, I got to get you out of here. Stay behind me. And he's going to take another shot at this pumpkin with inspiration. That's a natural 20.
Hell yeah!
All right.
Nice.
Roll some damage, sir.
So it's double damage, right?
It's double damage, or well, it's double the dice.
Right. So 4d10 plus 4 damage. Okay, that's an 8 and a 9 on the first two. And 2 2s on the second two.
So
So
21
that's
plus
21 plus 4. So 25 damage.
Scratch. How do you want to do this?
Yay!
Yeah.
You said it has an eye, right?
It has one eye.
All right. Then this time the shot, as I'm standing in front of Fox, settle the rifle against my shoulder, take quick aim, and it goes straight through the thing's eye and blows out the back of its pumpkin-y head.
As the brains of this pumpkin, the seeds and the sinew and everything goes exploding out. Its animated vines fall to the ground. The pumpkin, it doesn't like shrink back down. It stays that like enormous large size. And you do see that the produce also falls lifeless to the ground, and we are out of combat. Oh, go ahead.
Can Rebecca run over and try to pull Robert out?
Oh yeah, you are absolutely able. As you pull, you're pulled by your feet out of this pumpkin, Roger, and you are able to breathe again.
I was curious about that because my round was next, and I'd like to know if he falls unconscious or not.
Make me a Constitution save. Well, I'll do that
because he that was his last round. So
that's true. Make me a con save.
Natural 20.
You're able to, take one last gulp of breath as for the briefest of moments, the inside of this pumpkin is opened up to the air as this bullet goes through it, and then the whole thing collapses on top of you.
Rebecca pulls him out, and he gets up and he's like getting ready to start swinging. He's looking around all wild-eyed and crazy.
Yeah, as you're doing that, like the mayor is coming running up because that whole thing, happened very quickly.
30 seconds.
Yeah, and so Longhorn Jack just comes running up, and he's like, "What happened?"
Well, sir, if I believe so, and if I'm correct, that was what we call in the judging profession not according to schedule, and I have been told this is not what happens when you judge. But this pumpkin gets last place because it tried to kill us.
I think it showed considerable effort.
I'm not giving me.
Longhorn Jack, he looks down at this pumpkin and begins investigating it and examining it. What did you do? Who caused this? And he looks over at this entanglement cast out on the ground. And he says, "Who's responsible for that?"
Can Blythe try to very discreetly drop concentration on it?
Yeah. Make me a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Valorant would like to try and get him some assistance on this one.
How?
Oh, I rolled so bad.
Explain to me how Valorant would help Blythe slyly drop concentration.
So Valorant was trying to turn and take charge, take the blame for this happenstance, whatever's going on. He knows that Blythe is somewhere back there dealing with the vegetables, and Vines appeared. And now that Blythe is one of the ranch hands, Valorant's a little bit responsible for him, or so he feels. And so he's still got his concentration going from the hex spell. So his eyes are like smoking black and like he's concentrating his own. So he could probably try and draw at least some attention away from Blythe.
I mean,
Try to
yeah,
get a little more subtle.
you shot jets of fire out of your blood, so you know. So Blythe, go ahead and roll again.
Okay. 11.
You still have Bardic Inspiration? Oh no, did you use it?
I
No,
don't
didn't.
have inspiration.
Never mind. I'm sorry. Purple threw me off because that was purple this concentration. Sorry, not it.
So yeah, you're able to kind of drop concentration on the spell, and Jack like looks at you, Valrin, and he's like, "Are you responsible for this?"
There was a whole lot going on, if I'm being honest. I'd like to speak to whoever submitted this here pumpkin to the festival.
Make me an investigation check to see who submitted this pumpkin for the festival.
How's a 5?
You are in the wreckage. You are unable to like determine like which produce belonged to whom. And the mayor says, "Okay, you're looking pretty rough. All right." And he turns around and sees that Fox is beat up and everything, and he says, "Okay, look, Soul Theater's nearby. Let's take you over there and get you cleaned up, and we can talk about this." He's gonna hold on. He's gonna investigate the pumpkin really quick.
We work at the Soul Theater. We could probably get you guys some drinks.
Could I do an Arcana check on
Yes,
the pumpkin?
yes, you can.
Never mind. An 8. I'm
There-
rolling terribly.
Yeah, have
There's
you
a lot of
rolled
shit
above
going
a
on.
10? Jeez.
I'm rolling
Uh,
so bad.
For what Roger did, and if Fox and Scratch are trying to walk away, Roger's not going to let Fox leave.
Okay,
Oh,
what are you
no.
gonna do?
As Scratch is walking in front of Fox, Fox walks by Roger as he's trying to swipe away the pumpkin seeds and guts off of himself. He grabs Fox by the arm, by the bicep. I think it's best if you don't leave town just yet. I have a few questions for you, Fox.
Can she try and like loosen his grip and like like rip her arm out of his grasp?
Yeah, I mean, Roger, do you try to hold her or do you let her go?
I as feeble as my 1 hit point will allow, will try to hold her in place.
All right, I need you guys to Roger, make me an athletics check, and Fox, you can either do acrobatics or athletics.
Do a flip.
Oh, she's not.
14 athletics.
Oh wait. I have luck. I'm gonna use my luck die.
I take it we're back here where Roger is now.
Yeah, you guys
Roger
would be
stepped
about
like
here.
maybe 5 feet away, and as you guys were walking past, he grabbed the Fox.
So I just roll another d20 for luck, right?
Yep, yeah, you just roll again.
So I rolled a 10, so that'll now be a 12.
What'd you get?
14.
Okay,
14.
yeah,
I still gotcha.
Roger's able to, yeah. So Scratch, yeah, you turn around and this guy's like holding on to Fox and not letting her go.
I immediately pull my dagger out.
Maybe your questions to be used for a different day. This doesn't seem like the appropriate time.
Friend, I think you better let her go right now.
Oh no.
I'd look directly at Scratch. I have no quarrel with you, friend. But this one here caused the death of the one I love, and I need some answers. She can't
Fox
get
is gonna
town.
look to him very confused at that statement.
I don't know what you think you know about her, but she's my friend. You best keep your hands off of her or we're gonna have trouble. and I mean trouble right now.
I don't know what you think you know about me, but I've never haven't killed anyone in your life. The last time I saw you, I read your fortune for your boss, Mr. Luciano, which we're not on appropriate terms, so I assume that's why you're here. She's gonna like once again try and rip her arm out of your hand.
Once she says this, do you let her go?
Yeah. Roger lets her go.
So Fox, yeah, like,
I'll
and
take a step back as soon as he lets her go, like quickly, like
yeah,
out of
and
his grasp.
at this point, yeah, you've absolutely attracted the attention of everyone else. You guys see that Longhorn Jack has like pulled something from the pumpkin, and he kind of just puts it in his pocket. And then he comes over and he says, "What seems to be the problem over here?"
And Scratch just stares at Roger.
Sorry,
Did the
Mr.
mayor
Mayor,
ask you a question?
there's no problem over here. We were just leaving. I just had to check on my wagon that I left over there. There was some components I forgot to stash away. I didn't want to leave them out in the open. So I appreciate you allowing us a chance to vote on your lovely vegetables. But she's gonna like start to take a few more steps away. Come on, Zeke.
Look, I'd really like to talk about this. And he points at the pumpkin. Why don't you stop by my office later tonight, and all of you can stop by like later tonight, and we can talk about this. And he pulls whatever he pulled from the pumpkin, he pulls it out and he shows it to you all, and it appears just to be this like stone that has these runes like carved into it.
Can I make an Arcana check on it?
Yes, you can.
How about a 19?
19. So Scratch, you're fairly familiar with magical items, right? This is what's called a Fey stone, and it is a stone that's been cursed by fairies. And fairy magic is very dangerous.
He doesn't say anything, but he just sees it and recognizes it.
And the mayor says, so 8 o'clock, would that work for everyone?
I mean, I think we can get away from Thelma's bar, so I think we can do that.
I mean, or we could do it right now. It's totally up to you.
Now it's convenient for me.
Yeah, now's pretty convenient for me too.
Okay. Miss Fox, would you be amenable to retrieving your card and meeting at my office?
Fox will cross her arms uncomfortably, and she'll just nod. She won't say anything.
Thank you.
Roger walks away.
And as Fox and Scratch turn to walk back towards the cart, Scratch puts his hand on Fox's shoulder and casts Cure Wounds for 9 points.
Almost back to full hit points. Thanks. That was not what I was expecting when we were asked to vote for vegetables. What the heck was that?
So Fox and Scratch, you kind of walk away, having your conversation. Roger, as you try to walk away, you feel somebody grab your arm. When you turn around, though, there is nobody directly next to you. And you see, Valorant, what's it look like? Your mage hand.
Probably more like a shadow gripping hold of him, and once again, as he's focusing on it, his eyes are just solid black, and he's just leering over at Roger. See you back around with the mayor in a few moments' time, friend. That's one hell of a howitzer you swing.
Roger's eyes just narrow even further. If his squints could go any further, he'd have his eyes shut. And he says, I don't know what you're talking about. And he turns to Rebecca. Rebecca, I think it's time for us to leave here.
To go to my office, right? We're all going to my office.
Of course, Mayor, but we need to see Alma right quick, and then we will be right over.
All right, fine. Just don't make me have to come track everyone down, okay?
No problem, Mayor
Everyone
Jill.
leaves town, and the mayor is left to deal with it himself.
No problem, Mayor Jill. We just got to make sure, because he was almost eaten by a pumpkin, so we got to make sure that he doesn't turn
go
into
get
a
cleaned up.
pumpkin
Yes,
himself.
you are covered in blood and guts. So Rebecca and Roger, you leave and then go get cleaned up. Blythe and Valorant, what are you doing?
If possible, without drawing the attention of the mayor, can Blythe use healing word on Valorant?
Yeah, make me a sleight of a hand check.
God damn it. 18.
Yeah, you were able to kind of just give a kind word to Valorant and disguise your magic.
All right, and I'm gonna cast that at what, you're less than half, Ryan?
Yeah, a little less than half.
All right, I'm gonna do it at second level then. So 7. Did that roll right?
Yes, it did.
Yeah. So you get 7 hit points back.
Much obliged.
As the mayor kind of turns back from talking with Roger and Rebecca and says, "So, you want to get cleaned up at my place? I know the ranch is pretty far."
If you wouldn't mind, we just got to run across the way to let the Hart's daughter Pearl know that we're to head home without us.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an announcement or two around here. Yeah, just meet me at my place in like an hour.
Will do, Mr. Mayor.
All right. So yeah, the mayor goes about like restoring order and getting the guts cleaned up and making sure people are okay and doing those kinds of things. So I guess we're gonna take this in chunks. So I
A quick question, Nick.
yeah.
Sorry. Was Rebecca's mask damaged in any way during the fight, or is it like okay?
Let me roll a percentage here. It appears to be okay.
Okay.
Because you only got hit by the little things.
Yes.
So we'll start with Fox and Scratch. You two get back to the cart and what's that conversation like?
Do you know that man?
Well, so remember, how we met and I was trying to leave the city and, there's Mr. Luciano, the guy that owns this cart. He's one of his men, and I think he came here to find me. So I'm not completely sure, but I was trying to get to you, and then the mayor showed up, and then the pumpkin attacked me, and I met an orphan from my orphanage, and then I met Rebecca from the road. This has been a really strange day. I think it's best if we just pack our things and get out of here. I can't have them following me here. I thought we were far enough away, but if they drag me back there, Hugh could be in trouble again. And I think it's best if we just, duck out before anyone notices we're gone. I mean, they really don't need what do we know about a pumpkin, right? I mean, it's not like we have any useful information that could help them. I mean,
I'll do whatever you think, but I think I know what that stone was.
what do you mean you know what the stone was? It's just like a rock and a pumpkin. I mean, he probably just picked it up off the ground next to the pumpkin. Right?
It had runes carved in it. I've heard of them before. It's something called a Fey stone. It's very magic.
Are you familiar with
magic
it?
it's Trixie.
What
I'm not.
would that be doing here?
I don't know, but I'm less concerned about that than I am about that man. He's pretty beat up. Should I go back and finish him off?
She's gonna cross her arms and just kind of like, nah, it's just, I don't want to cause trouble. I think it's best if we could just duck out of here. I guess we can stop by the mayor's office on our way out and just let him know what you know, and then we can duck out of here before anyone else gets there, you know? We said about an hour or so, so if we just make our way over there real quick, duck in, tell them what you know, and then we can be out of here before anyone else shows up and leave these problems behind us.
All right.
My problems. I'm sorry, you were going to be entered in the fairs competition. I was going to give you the blue ribbon. You were going to win that. I know you were. I couldn't even vote for vegetables.
No, I wasn't gonna win.
I'm sure you would have. You probably had the best
I'm
whatever
sure
you were thinking out there.
Horseshoes.
I'm sure I wouldn't.
Horseshoes.
I was gonna make sure I didn't win.
Why would you do that? You know you're better than any other blacksmith out here. Paris keeps telling you that. If you would just listen to him for once, maybe you'd actually believe it yourself.
Because sometimes being the best draws the wrong kind of attention. There was a Mr. Sir that came by. He'd asked for something to be made for him to hold cigars. And, well, he said if I won that contest, he'd offer me a job. He ain't the kind of man
Like
I want to
horseshoes?
have any dealing with. He reminds me too much of the people I left behind. So I was
You
gonna make sure I didn't win.
could have turned down the job if you wanted to. I mean, he offers you a job, you maybe you have to take it. You're allowed to tell people no, Scratch. You know that, right? Zeke.
I know that, but trust me, I think he's the kind of man that saying no's more trouble than just not saying anything.
Well, you know that kind of person better. Sounds like another version of Mr. Luciano.
I'd say you're probably right. But let's gather our things and be ready to go.
She'll nod and start packing up her stuff a little bit more. I mean, I know you wanted to come to Amarillo. You don't have to come with me. I'm sure I can make it out there somewhere. I should probably learn, maybe I should have disguised my wagon a little bit better. He probably recognized it.
Sometimes you sound just like Oliver. You know, once I make a friend, it's for life. I ain't leaving you behind. I ain't letting you run off on your own.
Yeah, but friends don't usually let other friends drag them into trouble.
What
She's
are
gonna
you
kind
talking
of
about?
laugh
That's
at
exactly what friends do.
I guess you're right. So let's pack up, head over to the mayor, just tell him what you know about the Pixies, and we can hightail it out of here before anyone's the wiser. That way, maybe we can get a road on before they can start tracking us.
All right, let's go.
She's gonna nod and close up her wagon, and then I don't know, where's the mayor's tent?
The mayor's hold on, I take us back over here. So the mayor's manor is up on Big Hill.
She'll start heading her way. He'll make her no way over there. She'll bring her wagon with her, so she's leaving the fairgrounds.
Okay, and let's see, right.
Yeah, I guess she'll bring it with her. Yeah, without the horse, that's fine. People didn't know about that.
All right, so we're gonna go over to Valrin and Blythe. So Valrin, you are able to find Pearl and the Hearts. They took cover when they heard gunshots, just like everyone else did. Pearl isn't as Blythe. You're surprised that this teenage girl doesn't seem as shaken up as you might imagine from a bunch of violence and shooting, erupting.
Well, I mean, she was shooting a gun earlier,
Yep,
so
it's true. So she seems pretty hardened, but her mother is sorry, Rose Hart. As Valrin, you come up, she says, "Oh, Valrin, there you are. Or what was that commotion? What happened? We just heard gunshots ringing off, and I saw fire and heard a loud boom. What's going on?"
Well, this year's produce brings some fierce competition, it seems. Harsh judgments were had, but I think we found ourselves a happy conclusion. Anyways, the mayor's going to want to conference a little bit more after hours. I think we're going to be shutting down the fair for the afternoon. Tell you folks what, why don't you make your way over around the tavern? No need to head back to the ranch. So you can get an early start tomorrow, if anything.
Yeah. I mean, we could just head back tonight and save ourselves the money.
I'll put you up on a room on me then.
Oh, Valrin, we pay you that for your work.
Trust me on this one. There was something about the fence line. Something I've been meaning to check out. There was a pack of wolves hanging around the ranch that I wasn't too fond of. Don't want you guys heading out too late.
All right, I'll go talk to Bats. Oh, thanks. And Armand and Hart and Pearl. Or Armand first. He says, "Who's this?" And he points at Blythe.
Well, Mr. Mayor Longhorn Jack highly recommends this new ranch hand. I think he's already proven himself to be quite capable in the competition of the produce.
You see this just dude, look on Armand's face where he's like, I can't afford this. And he looks at Blythe. He says, pleasure to meet you, young man, but I and he's just he doesn't even have the heart to say that he can't afford to pay you.
Mike is gonna clear his throat and kind of quietly say, "The mayor said that he would make sure I was paid. I think that might mean that he'd take care of it."
Really? Jack
Yes,
said
yeah,
that?
yes, sir.
All right. Well. Okay. Yeah. Oh, sure. I mean, how could I say no to Jack? No one says no to Jack. All right. You're okay. We'll head over to the hotel. We'll see the two of you later.
You're not going to regret this, Arnold. This
Uh,
kid's got heart.
well, I haven't regretted hiring you, so even though everyone told me I was crazy, I believe in you. So, thank you.
Well, that doesn't make you any less crazy, but appreciate it nevertheless.
You and Armand have had many talks while you've been riding, so he knows kind of how you feel a little bit, and so he just kind of pats you on the shoulder, gives you a smile, and the three of them go to the hotel. Is there anything Valrin and Blythe would like to talk about before they head to the mayor's manor?
So that patch of vine work was quite something.
Yeah, just a little trick I learned from a friend.
You know any tricks like making a pumpkin move around?
Can't say that I do, Mr. Valrin.
Well, good thing you were there to judge the competition when you were. Thanks for having our backs.
Yeah, good fire shooting you did there. That was pretty nifty.
Sometimes it's just dumb luck. Tell you what, you looked a bit empty-handed. Could you use a dagger?
I mean, I reckon I could.
I always carry a spare knife.
I'll take it if you're offering.
It's gonna hand over a pretty large blade for life.
No, that's a knife.
Is it like a Bowie knife?
Yeah, closer towards machete length than dagger, but big old blade.
So is it a dagger or a short sword?
It's a dagger.
A long, short sword.
Well, that's a knife. All right.
Thank you. I'll make sure to put it to good use.
Okay. And with that, we're going to cut to Rebecca and Roger, who are making their way up to the doors of the Soul Theater.
Well, that was, I don't remember ever going to like a harvest festival like that, but that was exciting. You got almost eaten by a pumpkin. I got beaten up by a tomato, a piece of corn, and I think pumpkins. So, all in all, not a bad day.
Yeah, it wasn't too terrible. I got lucky in the third round there. Rebecca, are you planning on going to the mayor's house?
Well, I mean, he said all of us, so, I have to go. Otherwise, that'd be rude, and I don't want to be rude to Mayor Jill.
He kind of stops briefly, grabs Rebecca respectfully, and gets her attention. I want you to be very careful of the people that we are going to meet. I have some previous history with these people, and I want you to be on your toes and just be very mindful about what's going on.
First of all, I will be on my toes. I don't know how well I can keep on them, but I will. Second of all, I've met Pox and Letch before. They're wonderful people. They helped me get to Amarillo.
The Pox that you call her foresaw the death of the woman I loved, and I think because the person that caused her death was there when she foresaw it, took that as a premonition, and used that information to kill her. She can be dangerous.
I didn't know that someone close to you died.
I don't like to talk about it much. Yes, someone I held close to my heart died. I don't want to see it happen to you because you're very friendly, and to just be careful around that woman.
I mean, I'll keep that in mind. But she's a real nice gal, and I really think that she wouldn't have done that to you. I really don't. I think maybe you're just thinking a bit too fast. But I'll keep it in mind, and I will be safe around her, and I will keep on my toes. And she'll wink.
I appreciate that, and I'll do my best to make sure that not too much harm comes about you as well.
All right. And if you ever want to talk about, whatever happened between you and your sweetheart, you can always talk to me. And then, we can maybe look for this person, because, that's just not a nice thing to do.
I, I appreciate it, but I don't need to look for them. I know exactly where they're at.
Oh. Well, that's nice. Let's get ready for the mayor.
As we're walking past the Soul Theater, Roger kind of just looks to the left, maybe nearer like a nice, I don't know, oak tree or something of that nature, beside the theater, and he sees that there's like a small mound or maybe like some kind of
Yeah.
marker
Let
that
me show
he
you
placed.
the outside of the theater. There are these like trees around each in the front. If you want to have like a placard in there, there's also spaces around the sides for it.
I
Did it take the players? I did. Okay.
I would say probably just left of the bar, the big tree.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is probably just a small little mark on that tree that denotes that she's buried there.
So I thought you wanted her buried in the actual cemetery.
I wanted her buried near where he lived. And if he's living at the theater, then
He doesn't have to live at the theater. He can live on Little Hill.
I don't know. I left it up to you, Nick. I don't know. Where's he living?
Well, what do you picture? Because he works at the Soul Theater. It doesn't necessarily mean he works and trains there. He doesn't have to live there. He can live on Little Hill.
What's the scenery difference between Little Hill and the theater?
And Yonder Hill, there's not much of a scenery difference. Little Hill is a rougher neighborhood. That's where the KO Saloon is, and that's like where the sheriff's office is, and the cemetery, and like it's a little bit of a the rougher side of town. That's where like outlaws hang out and stuff like that. The Soul Theater is a little more on the up and up, and like you don't cause trouble over there, right? And so like that's kind of the difference between Yonder Hill and Little Hill.
Okay, I would think that Roger would bury Susan on Yonder Hill, where he could keep an eye on her grave.
Yeah.
So one of the trees outside of the theater, so that way, during his daily work, he could be with her as long as possible.
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, you can. Yeah. I mean, like Alma would be fine with it. Like under the tree, like that. That'd be fine.
Yeah. So there's like maybe a little stone that he put below one of the oak trees, and he looks to it, and Rebecca would probably see him kind of gazing off at this tree and then walking into the building.
It's a very pretty tree.
All right. Are Roger and Rebecca going to go to the mayor's house?
Yeah.
How long do we have between before we have to go to the mayor's house?
You have 1 hour.
Can I take a short rest?
Yes, you can.
I would like to take a short rest and then clean up and then go to the mayor's house.
You can absolutely take a short rest in that time.
All right, I'm gonna roll some hit dice then.
Is that enough time for everyone to get a long rest in?
A short rest?
Short rest, sorry. Yeah, short rest.
Rebecca will go find Telma and explain what happened, and then head out to the bar.
Okay, yeah. She appreciates you filling her in, and like when you're and she asks you if you're hurt.
I mean, I was attacked by a piece of corn, some tomatoes, and I think a cabbage. No, pumpkin. Yeah, Robert.
You see her like scratching her head, and then she goes and finds Roger to like confirm your story, and then she comes back and then she's like, okay, keep going.
Yeah, so Robert was eaten by a giant pumpkin, and like that was just weird. But I fired a gun, and so that was fun. You know, I didn't know that I could actually hit stuff, and I stabbed some things. I stabbed some corn, and I shot a tomato and a pumpkin.
Right.
It,
You know what,
is that how?
Rebecca, take the night off.
Are you sure,
I'm
Miss
I'm
Selma?
sure. I take the night off, and I think you should take Roger and go to the mayor's house.
That's nice. Thank you, Miss Selma. If you ever need anything, just call us, or just really shout into the street, and I think we'll be able to hear you.
Well,
Cause
you
I
live
think
here,
other.
darling. So
That's right, I do.
yeah, I couldn't let you live anywhere else. You'd be late to work all the time.
Yeah, yeah. It's just hard to tell time.
That's why I like having you here, darling.
She's so nice. I love her.
I'll make sure that she gets back.
Have you taken your short? Yeah, you've taken your short rest. She punches you. You take
Thank you for doing that after my short rest.
you take 3 points of damage, and she basically begins berating you for putting Rebecca in danger, and for not protecting her better, and you know you have a master student moment for a second.
I'm sorry, Master. I literally punched that thing as hard as I could, and I could not bring it down fast enough before she got hurt. I will do better next time.
What did I tell you about paying attention to your surroundings? How could you let it swallow you?
I did more damage from inside it than I did outside of it, ma'am.
Yeah, but you did less protecting.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I will do better next time.
Your punishment is that you have to go to the mayor's house, and then you will have more punishment when you get back.
I understand. Thank you, ma'am. I'll make sure she's safe.
As you turn around, she grabs you by the back of your shirt and pulls you close, and she says, "Good job, though," and then she lets you go.
Rebecca, are you good to go see the mayor? Are you freshened up?
I'm refreshed. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go speak to Mayor Jill. Keep on my toes. Like what you said.
It's Jack. Rebecca, it's not Jill. It's a male's name, Jack.
Are you sure?
100%.
All right. Okay. Well,
If you're going to get anybody's name right, it might be Mayor Jack's name.
right. Well, okay. I'll remember that. Jack.
Like the children's toy, the Jack.
There's children's toy named Jack. You know what? I'm going to drop it. I'm going to remember his name is Jack.
Yeah, exactly. Grab the Jack before the ball hits.
All right, and so you have this conversation along the road as you're going to the mayor's house.
Rachel, what is your intelligence?
I'd rather not say because it might not make.
Did you dump intelligence?
No, I just don't think that she has a lot of street smarts, and her mind is a little bit scrambled.
It's okay. I'm a professional boxer. I don't have very much of a mind either.
That's why you guys make great conversationalists.
Oh my
god. So, the six of you meet at the mayor's manor, arriving at kind of different times. He invites you in, and he has this just parlor sitting room that has couches and furniture, and he's got a bar in there, and you see he lives here by himself. He doesn't have a family or anything like that. You do see there are photographs on the walls of him with various people, um, and you do see uh, that there's like a map of the Amarillo mine on the wall, and yeah, this is Mayor Longhorn Jack's house. Uh, he offers each of you a drink as you come in, and yeah. So if anyone would like a drink,
You know, I would. I'd love a drink, but we're actually not going to stay really long. We just wanted to pop in just for a second, and then we really just gotta, got some things to take care of. So we just had a quick thing to say, and then we'll just be like right out here. Here, it won't even take 5 minutes. We don't have to wait for anyone else to get here. It's not even a big deal. Just yeah.
And the two of you were like the first to arrive, and
Yeah.
so Jack kind of says, "I noticed a bit of tension between you and that Roger fellow. Kind of hard to miss that. Everything all right?"
She's gonna start like shifting uncomfortably, like readjusting. She starts to fiddle with some of the flowers on her shirt. It's just some things are just best left in the past. And just sometimes you don't expect the past to catch up with you quite so quickly. I'm sure we will not be bringing any trouble to your town. You don't have to worry about that. We're just, sometimes just when you think you know things, sometimes you just don't, and the past can come to get you real quick. It's just a little bit hard to face. But you don't have to worry. I mean, the vegetable thing was weird, but I promise you, it had nothing to do with that. I was trying to, vote for a vegetable, and it just came and attacked me. It wasn't any of our business, though. It happened. Naturally, because that she's gonna like look to scratch naturally. I've never had to deal with vegetables like that, and I've dealt with some very strange things in my life, believe me. But that was the first on that front. But it didn't have. I don't want you to think they were like trying to bust up your town with the drama that's happened. It's just sometimes it's just best to leave things in the past, and I mean it's never a really bad thing to just just keep moving forward. So yeah, I just wanted to pop in real quick because Zeke here, he just had some really possibly important information about the little thing you found inside the pumpkin. So we just wanted to stop in, tell you what we knew, and then we would be out of your hair. So that way, you didn't have to deal with anything. Just thought the information he had could be useful, and I couldn't. I just can't like not. If you have important information, you gotta share it. She's just gonna keep twiddling.
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
I think that stone you pulled out, I think it's something called a Fey stone. It's a channel for fairy magic. I don't know who could have brought it or put it there, but I think it was fairy magic that brought that pumpkin to life.
Interesting. Well, I know a thing or two about complicated pasts and strange relationships and regrets. So, and he walks over to you, Fox, and he puts a hand on your shoulder, and with this kind of very like fatherly, like warmth about him, he says, Amarillo is a very special town, a place where people, they don't usually care much if you don't care to share about your past. It's a great place to start a future. I know you didn't have to do the right thing, I guess, and come here and share this information with me, so thank you. And as he says that, Valorant and Blythe arrive and are invited in. And the mayor offers you a drink.
Sure, I'll have whatever you're having.
Whiskey it is. How about you, son?
No, no, thank you.
Very well. I don't believe we've met. He actually looks at you, Scratch. Mayor of Longhorn Jack. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. People call me Scratch. Scratch Jones.
All right, Scratch. Gonna get you a drink.
I'll take a whiskey.
All right. And he mixes up the drinks and hands them out. And about that time, Rebecca and Roger show up, and the mayor offers you a drink as well.
I like to think that, like, right as they're like trying to come in, we were about to leave, and then we see them coming, and Fox like immediately turns around and just finds a different spot in the room to sit. That's like away from the main entrance. Like this.
Roger will lead Rebecca in and then close the door behind him, being the last one in of the people involved in the pumpkin incident. And I would like to attempt to lock the door. Can I slide a hand lock the door?
Oh yeah. I mean, are you trying to be like stealthy about it?
As stealthy as I can be.
Yeah, make me a stealth check.
Oh, jeez.
Natural 19 for a 22.
Yeah, you lock the door behind you as you come in.
I bring her in, I usher her in, and I close the door, and I gently lock it as I walk closer, and I say, Mr. Mayor, if I may, if you have any milk, I will take some of that.
I'll take some water.
Sure. Coming right up. And he goes to the other room and comes back with a glass of water and some milk.
Thank you so much, Mayor.
Yes. Well, thank you all for coming. So Scratch was just telling us a little bit about this here stone. He said it's, would you say it was fairy magic?
I believe it's a Fey stone.
So, what exactly? I guess
I don't know much more about it than that it's a way to channel fairy magic.
so. That's what like animated the pumpkin. That makes sense. What's disturbing is I was supposed to be the one judging those competitions. So I believe that the target was not y'all, but me. And so I guess my first is I want to say thank you for possibly saving my life. And I'm sorry that you were all hurt in that a little scuffle. I'm very interested in figuring out who is behind this. And he like touches the stone. Did any of you see anyone in the tent or see anything like near the pumpkin, like when it happened?
He says that Fox is just going to instinctively look at Roger, mistrusting.
Is there any roll that we can make to see if we noticed anything?
You didn't. Fox totally missed it completely.
We're playing a game of Clue here, and we're trying to figure out who with the fucking candlestick
had the
killed Mr.
candlestick?
Body
With the pumpkin.
I mean, does
in the
like
garden.
everybody in town grow pumpkins, or are there like farms that are like known for growing pumpkins?
I mean, pumpkins are if you have a garden, you can grow a pumpkin. You know, like.
But I mean, is there anyone that's particularly prideful in their pumpkin?
The hard
insane
farms.
family rivalries.
I mean, Blythe, you wouldn't know because you just got to town yesterday.
Is there like some sort of registry that people entered in? Maybe like maybe like something on paper, some paperwork.
I mean, I think that they kept track of who entered the competition, but I don't know if we kept track of. I mean, the pumpkins were like labeled. Like without those, I don't think everything was destroyed there, so it made it very difficult to identify who submitted the pumpkin. I'm also worried that they might not have actually been in the competition.
Well, I'm gonna be a little blunt here, if you don't mind, Mayor, as we were talking.
Please,
about
that's
people
why I
in the past.
invited you here.
As we were saying, everyone has a little bit of a past. Is there anyone you can think of off the top of your head that would have actively wanted to harm you?
Are we talking about from the past or right now? Because I have plenty of enemies. You know, being a businessman, many people want my mine, but
Why would they want your mind?
You upset any fairies lately?
no, that's the strange thing. I mean, other than, and you see hold on. He like, as he's like about to say like other than, and he like stops and like you see that something kind of like clicks in his brain, and he goes to like his mantelpiece, and there's this like little like kind of chest up on his mantle, and he like opens that chest up, and he takes out this like sealed like envelope like letter, and he puts it in his vest, and he says it's possible that whoever's responsible for this they very well might be in like want possession of my mind, because there is something that we found recently in the mine that I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I do know it's valuable. So if somebody found out about that, it's possible that that is what they are trying to take from me.
Wait, when you say take your mind away, are you actually saying that they'll take your mind away?
Mine. My gold
Oh.
mine.
Oh,
Underground
okay.
He
reservoir
points
of
at the
material.
wall, and he points at like the map of the mine on the wall, and he's like, I own the Amarillo gold mine. Did you let me tell you a story really quick. Like, I founded this town with my partner Fitzwilliam Emmanuel Blunderdash about 25 years ago, when we discovered the gold mine together. And at the time this was called Yellow Flats, but we renamed it because way better name. But Fritz moved away in that time, but I've kept the mine going. But that people came to work the mine in the first place, and then the town kind of sprung up from there. But the folks here, they're just really good people, and I think that what I found could be the future. I have this vision of a way to make Amarillo more than just a mining town. And he kind of just like looks like kind of deeply into his drink, and he finishes his whiskey and he pours himself another one. And he says, I know we all have a past that we're running from. But what you did today for the town, you kept it safe. This town could use more people like you. Cheers to you. And he holds up his glass to the six of you.
I'll cheers to that.
Roger raises his drink but doesn't drink it.
Now, and by like this time, it's like getting pretty late in the day as the sun is kind of starting to set. It's winter time, so the sun sets earlier in the day. Is there anything anyone would like to talk about right now?
Blythe wants to hang back and ask the mayor some questions. Preferably about if he knows anything about the dried up wells. If he's like, just kind of play it off as, oh, I heard a rumor around town. I just want to, like, is that odd around here? Is it anything to be worried about since Blythe intends to stay in town?
He says, I haven't heard anything in particular about wells in Amarillo going dry. But I did hear some stories about something like that out near Graywood. I don't remember how long ago that was.
It was just something I heard around town. I thought it was kind of like worrying for like.
I mean, no water means you're dead, so.
Yeah, especially out in in this, and he kind of gestures.
Yeah.
In the general area.
Yes, very much. But yeah, nothing that I've heard around town.
What was that area that you mentioned, Nick?
Graywood.
Graywood.
As it's getting late, the mayor kind of is like, you're I suppose that's it. I'm going to do some investigating into this this stone the best I can. I hope you'd all be around for me to enlist your help with this.
Well, as you said, it is getting late. And you definitely left us with a lot of questions. But I think Scratch here and I we're gonna see our way out. And if we come across anything helpful, we'll definitely keep you in mind for that. And she's gonna awkwardly try and make her way towards the door and twist the handle and try and open it. It's gonna get stuck. And she's gonna wiggle it and then try and push it and turn around and realize it's locked and try and unlock it to get out. Really awkward exit as she eyeballs Roger right back.
Oh yeah, the two of you look right at each other.
Perhaps that we might have an opportunity to discuss what happened previously today and in the past, so that way we might be able to better understand what's happening in the future.
You have something to do with this face stone, Mr. Smith?
I do not, Valorant, but this woman had come into town just the other day, and all these happenstances had kept happening. So I want to make sure that we're all on the same page before they decide to ditch town.
I've been here for a longer than a few days, but I'm glad you haven't noticed me until now. And she's
Oh,
like,
we're on
open
others.
the door
I don't
and
know
try and
who's.
leave.
I'm so Lucas is so confused at who's in town for a month and who's in town for a day.
Blythe is in town for a day. Fox and Scratch are in town for a month. Valorant's been in town a little bit for the little bit the longest, and then goes Roger and then Rebecca.
Okay, I thought they just rolled into town and the mayor just talked to them about their cart. Okay.
Only at the festival.
With all due respect, Mr. What was it? Roger? Which I'm sorry, which was it?
It's Roger, sir.
Roger. With all due respect, I don't think, if folks were suspicious, I don't think they'd offer up like helpful information about, what happened.
He has a point. They would just leave if they were the ones that were trying to kill me, I'd assume, right?
Which is a very astute mayor and Mr. Blythe. Why are they in such a hurry to leave town then?
I never said anything about leaving town.
I
just
heard you outside the vegetable tent.
Sounds like you're listening in on personal conversations now.
He-
She's still like
yes, I
fiddling
was.
with this door, trying to figure out.
The mayor will like walk over and he'll unlock the door, and he like opens it for you, and he steps outside, and kind of like offers to like let you leave, and as he does that, you hear a gunshot ring out, and then another gunshot, and then another gunshot, and you see as there are bullets that are flying towards the front of the house, and you see stepping out of the darkness, that cowboy in black, and you see he has his finely crafted 6-shooters, and he takes his gun and he fires 6 times at the mayor. And
can Roger attempt to intercept at least one of them?
No, you are surprised.
Well, I guess we know who wants to kill the mayor.
Mystery solved, gang. It's the guy with the gun.
Okay, those all hit, and there's 1 crit.
Oh, God.
Well, it was nice knowing you, Mr. Mayor.
I already used all of my things. I can't.
I mean, I have healing word, so like.
I mean, I can
At least
punch
make
all
sure he
day.
doesn't
I mean,
die.
it's fine.
I couldn't use luck on this right now because that's all he thinks against me. So, yeah.
And like 6 shots, can't really do much against all of them.
Yeah.
If he can do 6 shots at level 3, we are gonna die, all of us.
Well,
He's got to
what if
reload
you?
now.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, unless he's a
By the
big
time
boss
we
meant
all
for
get to him.
later.
If he takes down the mayor in 1 volley of shots, we're all fucking screwed. This mayor is yoked.
He's a fucking big dude.
Yeah, so that is 85 points of damage to the mayor,
Jesus Christ.
who collapses to the ground, and that is where we are gonna end it.
Oh my gosh.
Damn it, Mr. Mayor.
Good night, Ben.
Night,
Hi,
Ben.
Ben.
Not everybody.
Night, Ben. Sweet
Oh,
dreams.
holy shit.
Really quick, Ben, did you have fun?
Hijinks on the fact that the mayor can get taken out with 6 shots. I mean, how does he get 6 shots off?
Because he is a fighter with action surge.
11th level fighter. Don't mess with this fucking guy.
Like I said, he's probably not meant for us to fight until later.
Lord, I hope not.
We can
Anyway.
take him.
Okay, that's it. I'm
About
leaving
that.
this town.
Sure, I almost died to a fucking pumpkin.
At least it wasn't the corn.
That is
I
right.
cannot, Nick. I cannot believe you tried to corn monster us.
Hey, I thought I came up with the pumpkin idea, and I was like, you know what? Corn cuties, let's go. Why not, right?
I mean,
it
at
looks
least
so
nobody
great.
tried to, like, pull a Riz on it.
I mean, kind of. Like, motherfucker was inside it.
Yeah, but he got eaten. He didn't crawl into it.
It's true. Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, technically speaking, if Roger would have done as much damage as to an 11th level fighter, I probably would have killed him.
See, we're fine.
But the 11th level fighter would kill you back.
I agree completely. But I have other things that I didn't get to use ever because the stupid pumpkin wouldn't attack me.
Well, Valorant humbly accepts your sacrifice.
Yeah, it didn't have to. You were restrained inside it and suffocating. It just had to live one more round and you would have died.
Yeah, you were just trying to save me, Nick.
No, I based the monster off of a shambling mound, and that's how the shambling mound's engulf ability works.
So it won't attack the person that's doing the most damage to it?
No, you're inside it. It can't attack you.
It can't open its mouth and be like, whip, whip, whip?
It has, I mean, it could, I guess. But it's
I
also
already
gonna
got
just,
you
it's
restrained.
also just gonna try to
Yeah, it's already
suffocate
got you
you.
restrained, so I wouldn't need to.
Yeah, you're the
When it
freak
can
that was
suffocate
hitting
you.
through disadvantage.
I'm just
It has a
saying, like, I'm not
16
trying to
AC.
get Roger to die.
It also has a 5 intelligence.
That's fair. I mean, I guess if it didn't have acid, there's nothing they could do against me.
Yeah, it doesn't have a stomach. It's a pumpkin.
It's a pumpkin.
I don't know. You know, pumpkins can be mean.
Not acidic.
It was mean. It almost killed your
man.
whole party.
We should have seen if Valorant's fire roasted the seeds inside.
Pumpkin spice?
With some medium rare Roger.
Did you guys have fun?
Yeah, I loved it.
So much fun.
By the way, Rachel, fucking love Rebecca. She's amazing.
For real.
Yes, Rabana is one of my favorites.
I'm not sure. if I
Reba
know
is
her,
a
though.
really good character. I think Rachel's muted.
Is she?
Yes. I turned it off. Oh, I liked how everyone was an introvert throughout the entire thing. Like, oh, I don't want to cause any ripples. Oh, I don't want to be noticed.
Yeah. Like when you guys like kind of were like started walking away after the fight, I was like, shit, I didn't think of that. I was like,
I
oh
think
yeah,
they
the
just
mayor's just gonna be
fucking
able to talk with them, and they're all gonna be like, yeah, we're friends now. We bonded through combat. But like,
I would say, even with Roger in combat, and his stutter and his very low charisma, has been trying very hard to get a conversation with Amanda's character.
I mean,
But
y'all,
she's running away.
I love how sus all of you are of each other. Like it's so great.
I mean,
He's
Roger's
too
got
good on
a,
the zeros.
Roger has a 6 charisma. He's trying really hard to just say, I want to talk to you. I need answers. But she's trying to run away because she thinks he's threatening her.
You did lock yourself in the room with us.
Why
Yeah,
else
you
would
literally
you
left
take me
everybody there.
Because I knew you
House.
were trying to leave
Wrap
town and
her
I wanted to talk to
arms
you.
Why are you eavesdropping on personal conversations?
You walked right by me.
Just saying, okay? You don't just see someone who used to be part of a gang you ran away from and be like, I'm sure he's fine now. Like, oh, fuck, they found me. I have got to get out of here.
Oh, you think you got it bad. I've got 3 people that are, or 2 people that are involved with the gang member, and I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, ditto.
Well, maybe you guys are just built a little bit tougher than Fox. She's a little bit of a squishy thing, so she
I
doesn't.
don't know how Roger would ever be able to relay what he's trying to say to Fox without her hired, awestruck, arrow through the heart bodyguard around.
He's my friend. So we
Like
made
he's got
friends.
his first mission.
I think this is Ben pulling up the Miyushi Gerbender thing again.
No, you can ask Nick. It just happened this way.
I know, but Ben is playing it like the Miyushi is the greatest of all things and nothing's ever wrong with Miyushi vibe.
I mean,
He's playing-
Fox.
Get it.
Excuse you. Fox is so much cooler than Mushi.
She's pretty badass. Okay.
I know. No, I wouldn't know. You won't talk to me.
Okay.
It's been
well,
one session, and you guys have been together for all of like an hour.
It's been 5 years and she won't give me answers.
You walked off to the Soul Theater.
You said I murdered your woman, and I'm like, what the fuck?
No,
is
I
this
said
guy
you were.
talking
I
about?
didn't say you specifically murdered. I said you were the cause of it.
Which is
You
also
said that she was
wrong.
responsible for the murder.
You didn't do it specifically, but because you said it in front of the person that had leverage over me.
What do you mean? All she did was tell your fortune.
All I
Yeah,
said
in
was you're
front
gonna
of the
lose
mob
someone in
boss.
your life. I didn't even say. The cards. The card said you were gonna lose someone in your life. I had
Also,
nothing to do with
she
it.
almost
Those
lived.
She could have lived.
But she
you know what?
didn't,
Maybe you're
which
blaming
makes
other
the
people for problems
fortune
that you
true.
couldn't control.
Whose fault is
Oh,
that?
dang.
Fox.
You should have listened to the cards a little bit better,
Sounds like Roger's blaming somebody else for his failings.
right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Denial is the first step on a long road to acceptance, my friend.
It's fine. Fox understands that sometimes fortunes, people don't want to hear their fortunes because sometimes they interpret them a little bit differently than they would like, and it doesn't always go well. This is why she always had backup, like Hugh, to back her up when things wouldn't go right. And now she has Scratch, because Scratch will back her up.
You know what I think is very funny is that Roger has an out. He could just go back to sewing shit. I mean, if you guys don't want to play ball, Roger's gonna go make a shirt.
Hey, I'm not
Hey,
stopping
hey,
you from
you're
playing.
not allowed to take your ball and walk away from my game, okay? Fuck you.
I'm taking my ball, going home.
I put way too much work into that character for you to go, I don't want to play anymore.
You just deal with it, Roger, okay? Try and have a conversation. In a normal way, not locking people into a mayor's house.
I tried to have a conversation with you outside your own little establishment, and you didn't want to.
You mean when I was talking to Rebecca and you just said we're not talking to her, she's evil? Or when you grabbed me by the
That was-
arm after a
Okay,
pumpkin attack?
hold on, Amanda. That was after you
Luckily,
turned
there's
your back
5
to me
other
the
members
whole
of the
time.
party we can talk with.
You had your back to me that whole time, and you walked away first.
It
I
was
mean,
very
I think it was very obvious she didn't want to have a conversation with Roger.
That's
And
true.
then Roger was just
It was very
persistent.
obvious she
Why
did
are
not
you
want to talk
harassing
to
random
you.
women, Roger?
I'd say that there's some drama happening, and it's only episode 1. This is gonna be great.
We're going to be such like a happy little family by like the end of this.
The backstory session apparently had a big impact because if we just would have jumped into this, we all would have been like, okay, well, let's fight these people together.
Oh yeah, best of friends immediately.
Now there's drama.
Right? That's what I wanted.
I'm not sure. I'm sure it was very obvious. Blythe is so out of his element.
He's
Yeah.
such an introvert.
I didn't think that I would be able to play him well, but I'm happy with how I did.
Yeah.
Just say Blythe has a really exciting reading, and it just fits your character so perfectly. I'm ready to give him a reading, but it hasn't been appropriate yet.
Yeah, I decided, I was like, you know what? Maybe she just hasn't met Blythe yet. I think I'll do it like that, you know? Because, like, I could not find a good way to really connect Blythe with anyone. And so
I mean,
I like the idea of Blythe kind of
he's-
being a stranger.
Well, yeah, he just came into town, and like he's super timid, so like he wouldn't like actively seek out anybody. He just kind of wants to keep to himself, do what he's here to do, and then get the fuck out.
Hence my
And the
extremely extroverted mare.
My thing is, I'm really with this town. What is with everyone grabbing each other's hands, just stopping them?
Or just kind of pulling people around with them. Are they just super
Yeah.
friendly?
I mean, the mare is.
Southern charm.
Oh, well,
You know,
I
it
should
is
say
Southern
the
charm,
mare.
you're right.
The mare was.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
Too
hold
soon.
on. Is he really dead?
I guess we'll have to find
85.
out next time.
I mean,
No.
unless he has more than 40 hit points, he's dead outright at 84. points
Yeah,
of damage.
since Mr. What the fuck was his name? Black something
Black
or other?
Rider.
Black Rider did 80 damage. I
Yeah.
don't think the mayor has 80 hit points.
I mean,
I
part of
got a
me's
medicine
happy he
kit.
went out first, but the other part of me feels
I
really
mean-
responsible for trying to get out of here now.
I have healing word, but I don't think that'll work if like he's dead.
here Lucas was trying to save us all by locking the mayor's door. You just
Yeah.
had to go and open it.
Don't try to make it up now, Ryan. I see how it is. You all hate the boxer. I get it.
It would have been a very convenient way for you to die to hellfire inside of the creature, though.
Part of me was hoping that it would happen that way. Session 1.
I was super hesitant to hit the big pumpkin thing with any magic because I was like, is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna hit Roger as well since he's inside the pumpkin?
Mhm. I mean,
I can't believe I rolled a natural 20 in the pumpkin.
oh, that I thought that
Really?
was great. Yeah, because it made like the danger a little less. But
It
I mean,
swallowed you while you were unconscious. That's why it wasn't hitting you anymore, because you were dead in its mind.
yeah, yeah.
And then I woke up and punched it for another 30 points of damage.
Indigestion.
God, imagine like swallowing a chicken like that, then all of a sudden it does it. I'd be freaking the fuck out.
Those were
Did we
chicken
level up?
nuggets.
Did you like the individual intros?
Oh, I
Yes.
loved it. It was so
Yeah.
good. And the little tumbleweed thing that you had mentioned through transitions.
Yeah.
The bus drugs narrator.
Oh yeah, the narrator.
Oh yeah. I was just like, how do I just start this? I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna start it like this.
Will we eventually fight this narrator character? Is he the big bad evil guy?
He's truly the big bad. Not
He-
Mr. Sir, but the narrator.
The narrator.
It's Fox.
It wouldn't be the first time my characters ended up being a bad guy.
I mean,
Although-
you've seen.
I
the
mean, right
future.
now
Why
I
wouldn't
would
you
be
the
sus
narrator?
of Roger if I was anyone.
For real, okay? I'm with, yeah, no, I'm with Dave on that one.
I mean, Ryan
better
didn't even
watch
mention
out.
the devil shit to anyone.
I grew up with him, he's fine.
He gets a free pass. Nothing has happened since the orphanage.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
sure he
really
had a
tired.
wonderful life.
He
Like,
saved
let me
Hugh's
go.
life once. That's all that matters.
Hugh didn't beat him up all the time anymore. Obviously, he's fine.
She's got a deck of cursed cards. I'm not going a mile anywhere near that. Last time she used her powers, a kid fell off a cliff.
Oh god.
Is that what happened yesterday? How much did I miss yesterday?
No, that happened when we did Ryan's backstory.
When we did Ryan's, yeah.
Oh right.
The
right.
bully, right?
Hmm.
I
To be
remember, I
fair,
remember.
there was a kid that fell off a cliff yesterday too, but he was an adult.
Dang,
Uh,
that's
not so
hard.
much fell as much was flung.
Amanda, how does it feel to be the cause of everyone's pain?
I mean,
You know what?
We don't know if
Sure.
it's everyone's
she
pain.
didn't do anything.
I know.
Foresaw
But I'm
it.
just saying she
No, wait.
foresaw it, so she inherently is tied into the pain.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I feel like I gave you all a very fair warning on what to expect with your futures, and you chose to, not heed my warnings. That's on you.
I mean, Blythe hasn't had his reading yet, so we don't know if she's going to cause everyone pain.
I call
Life
that.
is my favorite. Like, okay, I've said that about a lot of them, but like, it's really exciting because like I just see it so well.
I think personally that it's totally unfair that Amanda got to tie herself into everyone's backstory with her future telling, and we can't do shit about it.
I like
Future
how
telling, that's
you
just how
think.
tarot works.
I like how you think that was Amanda's idea and not mine.
I had no decision. It's like, hey, you're doing readings for all the characters, and I'm like, oh, okay.
And tarot cards don't tell the future; they provide insight
Thank you.
to the present, past, and future.
They're
As
just
someone who
up to
does
your
tarot,
interpretation. You do it too. Thank you. Yes.
yeah,
With tarot cards, like the order, how does the order go? Is it past,
It de-
present, future?
There's
You
so
don't
many
even have to-
different spreads. Yeah, like you can just
yeah, you could even do like a single card.
yeah, that's
spread.
what like with the entertainer guy. I just did one card to be like, this is the feeling, this is it's like and I'm still learning a lot about it, so I'm still very new. So I'm excited to incorporate it with D&D because I know that'll force me to learn.
Oh yeah, I'll just make you keep doing it. I
Fun
mean, we
fact,
gave you such a
okay.
unique thing when it happens that like, how can you not, right?
So a fun thing, since it's been such a constant, I decided to just right now to pull one of my cards. It's the Ace of Pentacles.
I drew that one tonight too.
Freaking pentacles, man.
No way.
Yeah, Pentacles.
What's the Ace of Pentacles mean?
Let me find it real quick.
Just did it, and it's like talking about how there's like what was it like? Fuck it up.
Ryan, question for you.
All the way back.
How do you still have that like slide on Roll20 where you keep track of the calendar, or how do you keep track of days?
I kind of fell by the wayside after the first couple of years.
It's
So,
it's an opportunity to grow something wonderful. It represents an arrival of some. It says unexpected money or material item. So this is just an opportunity to grow something awesome.
Yeah, for mine, because each deck like represents something different. It's
Yeah.
represents a time of clarity and the ability to manifest your desires. Stay focused. Law of attraction is working. Keep a fixed sight on what it is you want to achieve.
So like, yeah, I feel like it's fitting for a new campaign.
Mhm.
Oh, I also need to tell you, I will not be here next week.
Unacceptable.
Sorry.
But we don't have our moral compass. Shoot,
yeah,
what a shame.
I have to go with Kelsey. We're driving her grandpa's car from California to Chicago, but we at least convinced he's 85, so we're like just doing it to help because we can't convince him to pay somebody to do it. So we're like, all right, fine, we'll do it. But they're gonna fly us from Phoenix to San Diego. We're gonna get in the car and then we're gonna drive it to Chicago. But we at least convinced the old man to fly to Chicago, so we don't have to have an 85-year-old.
Such a long drive.
Yeah, it's literally 30
That's
hours.
disgusting.
It's literally 30 hours. But luckily, like, it's just gonna be me and Kelsey, so that won't be the worst. But
We're
yeah.
not the 85-year-old man.
Yeah, like I was like, I was like trying to tell him. I was like, we're gonna have to stop so much just so you're gonna go to the bathroom. I was like, please just fly, please.
Right.
Like,
I once went on a road trip from Arkansas to South Carolina. That was hell with 4 other people. I hated it.
yeah,
They were all old too.
Yeah, like D&D podcast the whole way. Like, I don't mind. Like, I'm gonna get caught up on all of Fantasy High, but
There you
like,
go.
because I'm gonna probably do the majority of the driving. But like, I don't mind. Like, I love road tripping. I love driving and stuff like that. It's just, yeah, I didn't want him to come with. I was like, oh, please don't make me do that.
Old people have to stop so often
So
to use the
often.
bathroom.
Yeah, I was like, no.
So often.
I was like, because I was telling Kelsey, I was like, there is no way in hell we do this road trip in 3 days with your grandpa. It would take a week. So, because like I was like, we would only be able to do like 8 hours a day. Like we wouldn't be able to do like a you know a 16-hour day or something like that. Like, so, yeah. But I was like, we're gonna drive from Colorado straight to like to Chicago that last day. Like, I swear.
I mean, even just driving from California to anywhere takes fucking ever.
Yeah.
I hate driving through California.
I mean, it'll be interesting. I've never driven like all the way across Colorado, and I've never been to Nebraska and like those places. So that'll be interesting, I guess.
Some interesting landscapes across the way.
Yeah, it'll definitely change from San Diego all the way out there. You know, it'll really give me a lot of stuff to look at, and you know, for landscapes for D&D.
Just make sure the car can handle the elevation of Colorado.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure the car can handle the elevation of Colorado.
Also depends on what part of Colorado you're going through.
We're gonna have to go through Denver, so it's gonna be fine. I think it should be fine.
Yeah, when we moved out from California to Colorado, our moving truck broke down on the mountain.
Well, luckily this is just his truck. So
Denver is only at 5,000 feet.
yeah, it's the same
That's
as
not
Payson.
much higher than Payson, yeah.
Yeah, it's where we grew up.
Right, but depending on what pass you go over into Colorado,
Yeah, the Rockies are really high.
yeah, it can be fucking killer on cars in the middle of summer.
I mean, it's like a Ford like F2 like F-150 or something like that. It's just a truck. It'll be fine. Man, I'm tired. I was really trying to get all. I'm really happy. I got to exactly where I wanted to end the session, but I'm tired. I was really focused through all that. Got really thrown off when my power went out.
Yeah, right.
That's the kind of luck you have while DMing only.
Oh gosh, I'm happy that my internet held out. That made me happy. It's like kind of ironic that the internet works, but the power went out.
You knew something was gonna happen.
Right.
You really thought it was the internet.
Like, how could I get through a whole stream without it?
Always 2 weeks from now.
Ugh. Well, yeah, and all that driving will give me lots of time to think.
Oh, no. Yeah, you have to figure out how to mend the bonds of this party so you have a party.
That's not my job.
We're gonna have to figure out how all of our characters are gonna meld together and actually be like compatible.
That's not my job.
No, that's our job. A team. Teamwork does not make the dream work with these guys.
Hey,
Maybe we'll have separate parties the whole time. No.
at least you didn't meet in a tavern.
Oh God.
I don't even think we've been in the tavern yet.
Mm-mm.
I think that's.
Haven't
one of
even
the-
stepped foot in the saloon.
Thank God.
I don't know. I did think Rebecca said she burned down some places
Yeah,
last time I saw her, so maybe it's
that's
good
very
we have
Penala of her.
I gotta carry some arsonistic tendency into all of my different characters. It's just gotta happen.
Rachel, do you want to talk about your arson
do
problem?
not. I do not.
Are you sure?
I think everyone just has a little bit of an arsonistic tendencies within them.
I'd have to disagree with you.
Come on, you've never looked at a fire, or you've never looked at a
No, I have a
match,
I have a healthy fear of fire.
I just think it's neat.
I think it's interesting that Roger is apparently the one that has a problem with everyone.
I mean, he kind of is picking fights with everyone.
I mean, maybe it's coming off that way, but I know he's not trying to.
I mean, you held Fox and didn't let her
I
go.
feel threatened multiple times.
And then you locked the door. Both of those are kind of sus.
Did he threaten Fox? He just said he wanted some answers.
Yeah, but you
I
didn't.
mean,
me by the arm
it seems
with
pretty
I-
threatening.
Lucas, I want you to picture this. One moment, all right? I want you to picture a man grabbing your wife's arm and not letting go. Is she being threatened?
Oh yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
gonna say, personally, I'd feel threatened if some
Oh,
man
yeah.
grabbed my arm and didn't let go.
Especially when you're like
feel
visibly
threatened.
trying to get out of it and they won't let you and you're just like, oh fuck.
I feel threatened. I
Right.
felt
When this
threatened one
person is
time.
clearly has seen you before and is clearly trying to run away.
Yeah, but like,
Because you are part of
remember,
it.
to Fox, she's done fortunes for tons of people, dude.
And you're the first one to kind of get a little bit angry.
About it, yeah.
This is my living. Like
I mean, granted, if it was
Granted.
my character
It's great.
and their fiance was murdered, then yeah, I would point my anger at anybody who was, even remotely quote unquote
Are
responsible.
you
for
trying
it.
to say that nobody is right and nobody is wrong in this situation?
You know what? I'm just gonna say that Blythe, he's Sweden.
he's neutral.
Sweden, Switzerland.
Are you saying you're
Neutral.
neutral, like good, or neutral bad though?
Or neutral,
that's a good
neutral?
question.
Or
I don't remember what I gave Blythe.
Are you trying to say this is some sort of compelling drama?
He's neutral good.
You know what my favorite part was? All of your guys' terrible rolls.
I rolled
You
so
guys
bad.
all
Roll
rolled
perception
so
check.
bad.
Never mind. You guys don't see shit. Here's a pumpkin. It's gonna
Except for
attack you.
Ben. Like, Ben was rolling well outside of combat.
Ben was the only one that rolled well.
Outside of combat, and then in combat he was rolling like dog shit. And then I think Lucas rolled the best in combat,
Yeah,
and then rolled
I,
pretty
hit
I
so
poorly
many
outside
times.
of
roll
combat.
for the pumpkin.
Yeah,
I think I might have rolled the worst both inside and outside of combat.
Oh,
You
God,
did.
Yes, by
I
far.
don't think that I think I've only rolled worse in Starfighter.
I don't know. Ryan rolled well in combat. He rolled really bad outside of combat.
Yeah, a lot of low rolls.
Oh no, I think
Used
it
all
fits
the
well
luck for it.
since Blythe is very unsure about everything right now.
But knows a
It fits.
lot about produce.
Knows a lot about
Knew
produce.
his shit about cows and produce.
Well, yeah,
But,
he's awkward. He's surrounded by a bunch of adults he doesn't fucking know.
You're right.
That would make me awkward. But
And now he's
apparently-
watching a man be murdered in front of his eyes.
Oh, that's going
Yeah.
Again.
He's been there, done
Awkward.
that.
Been there, done that.
He watched
Moving
his father
on.
get killed.
Moving
And his
on.
mom.
Although Blythe knows a lot about produce, he did not know the difference between a pumpkin and a squash. which
I
are the
mean-
same thing.
I mean, Blythe did. Summer didn't.
Summer doesn't know shit.
Balram was there to, say not all pumpkins are squash, not all squash.
But all
not
squash are
squashes
pumpkins.
Are not
Yeah.
pumpkins.
You guys are the smashing pumpkins.
I was about
Hey,
to
we are.
Take it.
All right, I'm going to shut down the stream. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good night.